Welcome to Perth's #1 podcast. You're listening to the Jamo and Dylan Show.
Yeah, we're on the way to Dunsborough, little mad trip with the boys. We celebrate.
G'day guys and welcome back to another episode of the Jamo and Dylan Show. It's been a while since you've heard our voice.
Couple weeks.
Very long time away from our voice, but we're here, we're back. We hope you enjoy this episode. We've got plenty to talk about. We've got the wash up from our trip down south.
What a trip it was.
And then we've got the come down from the trip, which has just been the last few days. I'll delve into it in a little while, but you know, it was a great trip and it's been hard to adjust back to normal life post-trip. We've got a few other questions and we also put the call out on Instagram for your best or favourite holiday stories, whether they're yours or a friend's. You know, it's a travel time coming up for a lot of people around the world. You know, whether they're travelling to Europe for summer from down here.
A lot of people going.
Or doing the opposite, you know, coming down here for winter.
Yep.
Which I don't think many people do.
Which is still a summer in a way, really.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, yesterday here was a 30 degree.
Just casual. Today's a casual 25. Yeah. Feels like 15.
Oh, it does. But if you guys haven't noticed, we have been popping some A's at the end of our words. So like I just said 30.
Yeah.
That's just something that we've been doing lately.
Really started from the punter.
Yeah, so
we love a little
punting,
bet on the ponies,
little gamble here and there, but
responsibly.
Punter, we love chucking a couple A's at the end.
Oh yeah,
punter. So yeah, thirder, Potter.
Potter's good.
We love dropping a Podario, but that's a bit different. That's a bit of like
a different vibe.
Yeah,
yeah.
And we've also got a big beer pong tournament with 10 of the boys on the weekend.
Probably 9.
Probably
see if Frank
9.
shows up, my partner.
But we'll delve into that soon as well. So the long-awaited trip down south.
Yeah, what a great weekend it was.
A decade in the making.
Yep.
So give a little backstory to when we first, found out about this and why we haven't been.
Well, why we haven't been, I don't know. Rog's been stingy. Maybe he didn't value us as friends.
Yeah.
But, we've known Rog for go around 10 years as friends.
Yeah.
I would say that, it takes us back to around year 9. And Rog has a house down south. Now it's his nan's house. They've bought it there as a holiday home / rental. Mm-hmm. And it's a beautiful house in Dunsborough.
Lovely.
Near the beach.
You walk
spacious,
in, high ceilings.
It's a very nice beach house. It's
Floorboards.
Exactly what you think. And look, other people have been there before us. I don't know why.
It really hurts.
And we've just been waiting in the wings and we've brought it up many times a year, every summer, every winter. We've never got the call up. And finally, we get the much awaited invite to the house. Anzac long weekend. Rog's down there on prac.
But that's the reason it came along because it's selfish actually.
Yeah, because he's lonely.
He's lonely. Oh, I'm down there for 5 weeks doing my physio prac. Sorry. I'm down there for 5 weeks doing my physio prac.
Yep.
And I'm going to need someone by my side.
But even he missed us.
He
said he realised that it was the best time he's going to have there.
Probably of his whole life.
Yeah,
so
he's
far.
got the blues.
He's got a big blue.
Got them blues.
Them baby blues. But no, he had a big come down. Even on the Sunday, he was a bit down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I was rough on the Sunday.
Oh, weren't we all?
I developed a flu or something, bro. I was fucked for the first few. I don't know what I was run down, popping codrils. Yep.
But so it was 5 of us. Rog was down there. Obviously, yourself and Carly and myself and Grace went down. You got there, around 1:30 p.m?
On Friday, yep. So that was nice. See Rog, watched a bit of the footy.
Was it good,
for a walk.
just the 3 of you to start?
Rog's fine in any situation, I find.
Is.
Yeah. He's good to have around anyone. So, it was chill. No probs.
And Grace and I rocked up around 4.
Yep.
And then the band were together.
Yeah.
All 5 of us. And then we formulated a plan for the evening.
Yes.
Obviously, our 2 teams played against each other. We won't talk about it too much for your sake. But
it wasn't a good night.
We watched the first quarter at the Rog residence.
And then we were out and about.
We went to Bungalow.
Bungalow was decent.
Bungalow has
a good vibe.
Has another name at the end of it, but I forget.
Oh, Neighbourhood Social. Bungalow Neighbourhood Social or something like that.
So it's like genuinely like a bungalow that you'd see in a movie, but it's very large,
very
massive
70s.
venue, and also is a bar. Yep. So that was great. We went there, had a little feed, had a few drinks. And the first night was just a calming, few drinks, just chill out, soak in the atmosphere and get prepared for the next day.
Yeah.
The next day we'd planned a wine tour.
Oh, what a great wine tour it was.
And in hindsight, Rog said that his cousin potentially wanted to come.
We never told us.
Never told us.
Until the day of.
That would have evened out the group as well for 3 boys, 3
We had
girls.
2 extra seats in the car.
We did. And Rog thought that there was none.
Yep.
So, yeah, we... Bless you. Oh, no
Just the
seconds.
winner. All right.
Normally drops a 2 bomb.
2 for or 3. Yeah. That's all right.
Anyway, so we booked a driver, lovely lady. Can you
yeah.
remember the name?
Shout out Mr. Pick Me Up. Shout out Vicky.
Vicky
She was unreal.
lovely. She was unreal.
She really was great energy.
An English woman.
Yep.
Company/business with her husband.
Yep.
And they run the show down there.
Yeah, man. They were elite. She was on the ball all day.
Almost too much on the ball. She was that good.
Yep. Giving us taking photos, walking us in,
Yeah.
making sure we're getting the right seats.
She
It
was
really
taking the
great.
photos from another planet away.
Yeah.
Like she was going 30 meters back to make sure everything's in the shot.
One thing that was good about down south throughout the day, we'll go into it more, but we were betting on the horses and we had positive feedback. Vicky
Yes.
loved it. And then one of the Argentinian girls at the wine tasting thought it was, she goes, I love what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like, I love the support
Yeah.
of one of my favorite
Oh,
sports.
because
Like,
a lot of the time it's negative
it's
feedback.
all these whiny fucking shut up. Honestly, bro.
Anyway, so we were enjoying that along with spending time with the girls and along with spending time as a big group.
It was
right?
great.
A medium-sized group.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we went to 4 different wine bars.
Yes.
Sorry, not wine bars, wineries.
Yep.
The first one, Swings and Roundabouts, very popular
Great
down
experience.
there. I love the sheer size of it, the grass area. You've got kids running around, families everywhere.
Good service.
Good service, yep.
They're not stingy with the wine tastings, which I like. Yeah.
And basically, all of us were winning races here and there. But
Yeah,
we love the jockeys, we love the sport. We've really grown into it, and we know a lot more. So there's a lot more weight in our hearts for it.
We're really starting to understand the sport now.
Yeah.
Like,
And
honestly, we might be unbeatable soon.
And it was the richest day in WA racing, a $5 million race. But we won't bore you with that, really. The wine tour was great. But it all came down to the final winery we went to.
Paps Winery. A really pretty spot, but also some weird energy there.
A weird energy.
there.
Bit colty. When we walked in, it was like, okay, I understand it. Like, you get to pick your own wines. You get 30 minutes to basically drink as much as you want.
Yep.
Within reason. But we went there, and the big race, the Quokka, right? A bit of context, Rog had already won money throughout the day. So he's, let's say,
He was already up a
400
bit.
up.
Yep.
Like he's up a fair bit. So he took a little bit out of his account and said, I'll keep that for myself. That's a good day.
Which was a smart choice
But then he loaded up on Lucy Fiore, Generosity.
for a place.
And Lucy Fiore is our favourite jockey. For those who don't know, she's a late 20s female jockey here in Perth, and she is just having a great
She's
season.
just underrated and overlooked for
Great
some
form.
reason.
No one gave this horse a chance, but we didn't really think it was going to win.
But we thought it was a chance for a place.
A sneaky
definitely.
place, as she would say, a very sneaky place, because it was overlooked and underappreciated,
Yeah.
like you're saying. And we've watched it live and we've watched it on TV. So we were very excited for what it could do.
And it came home.
It came home.
And do you know what? If we had have looked at a specific stat to do with overpass that we realised yesterday,
Yeah.
I would have been even more confident with the place from Lucy, honestly.
So she came third, which was an incredible achievement.
Oh, for that donkey.
Rog popped a fair bit of money on it, and he went home with
He won
1.1k or
1,100
1.2
off that bet, I think.
It was 1,500 total for the day.
Yeah. I think he turned it into 1,100, that 150.
And then he was quite generous with the money and paid for
Paid for
drinks,
things. He was a good
paid
bloke.
for dinners. He was very nice with that money and shared it and spread the love, spread the joy. And that was a big night for us
Yeah.
because we got back at around 4:30.
Yep.
We went to the tavern.
Yep.
We had a few more drinks.
Yep.
The girls didn't like their wines, so we
And they
polished
didn't
those
like
off.
that energy there.
Oh, energy.
tavern.
Yeah, well, it's a Tav Evan. Tav Energy. Tab, Yeah, sorry, getting mixed up between the two. Yeah, so it was interesting energy, but we still liked it.
Yeah,
it wasn't like the greatest energy you ever have.
No, it's just normal.
And then we went back. Oh no, we went to Coles, or the girls went and did some shopping for a big barbecue that night.
Yeah.
So cooked up on the barbecue. You were lead barbecuist.
Yeah, I was that night.
And then we were just there behind, keeping you company.
Yeah.
Getting the table sorted, just being like secondhand men.
And we were eating. We were really just fueling up.
We're fueling up to continue.
Yeah.
Now, for those who have been down to Dunsborough, which is where we were staying, nightlife is not what it's known for.
No.
We knew this, but we wanted to test the waters, see what's out there, and we went back to Bungalow.
And it was just kind of boring.
Oh, but
It was fine, but it wasn't anything.
It's safe to say it was very boring, but it's a nice spot to go and have dinner and a
100%,
couple of drinks, decent pub vibes. But yeah, we were like, we need to get out of here because we're on a high right now because Rog's won heaps of money and this is our main night of the trip. So we went to
Harbour.
Wow, what a place.
This pirate bar in a shopping mall
Yep.
next to a Domino's.
You would not expect there to be a bar in this shopping centre at all.
It's the weirdest location of a bar ever.
You look at Domino's and you think, I don't really want to walk over there. It's a bit weird vibes.
Yeah.
Next door, pirate themed shipwreck type.
Small and packed.
Very small. Like, what do you reckon? 2 of this room?
Oh, yeah, if even.
You just can't see this room, but it's like, 2.
It wasn't a big room.
Very
bro.
small. But music wasn't great, but music's pumping.
Good enough. DJ thought he was on.
He thought he was on
loving
a
it.
bit too much, I think, because the dance floor wasn't that, wasn't going off. But that was probably the most party atmosphere you could find in town that night.
Yes, no doubt about that.
We also went for a walk after that. So we'll shout out that place, Harbour, if you want to go check
It's
it out.
decent.
Bumped into a couple of blokes who wanted to know where the spot was, but we don't know where the spot was.
Yeah, they're living there.
They are living there, so they should have known better. And then we went to a place that wasn't even open.
No.
What
They
was
said
it
they
called?
were. I forgot.
Not
Camp-
campgrounds.
Brewery or some shit?
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, so we went there, and online it said they were open. Rog was persistent. By this stage, we're all very drunk.
Yeah.
Rog,
It's probably around 10:30, 11.
is it safe to say Rog scampered over there?
Yeah.
He scampered over there. And we could hear music. So you and the girls hung back just because you were like, it's not open. Why are we gonna
I didn't
go?
believe it was open.
And I was just going to accompany Rog.
Yeah.
Rog basically storms in the joint. It's every light is off. He can just hear a little bit of
But
music.
it's technically open on Google.
Yeah, on Google it's open.
I guess no one was there.
Yeah, so then you shut up shop early. We get it.
Yeah.
I say to Rog, mate, all the seats are flipped up on top of the table. Night's done, mate.
He's gone, no.
Let's go home. He goes, no. He walks in there, right?
You open?
Yeah, he goes, you open? He goes, nah, like we're really closed.
It's a weird way to put it.
Rog kind of like shrugged. You know, he does that shrug, a little shrug, and then he walked back. He wanted to find
Hopped in a trolley.
quokka. He did hop in a trolley. I forgot about that. But yeah, anyway, we headed back and finished up the night at home.
Yep.
In bed by midnight.
Yeah, but it was just a mammoth day.
Because we started at 10 a.m.
It was a marathon.
We actually started drinking at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
But 9 till 12. Well, it was pretty much like a 12-hour shift we put in.
Yeah.
Which was a great effort and a great day that we'll remember for a long time. Sunday
It
was your
good, it
birthday.
was good. Yep. We went for a breakfast, little walk, watched a bit of footy on when we got back. It was
Yeah.
nice. It was a chill morning.
Then you headed back
Me
home.
and Carly headed home around midday.
And then in the afternoon, Geelong were playing. So,
Yeah, that was a crazy loss from them,
yeah,
losing to the Blues.
Yeah,
Was Rog not happy?
he wasn't happy, but
Yeah.
he was actually really confident the whole game that they would just get
And
it
then
done.
when they lost, was he like, oh,
Yeah. But he wasn't too concerned. Like he said, they played bad, but, these successful team supporters, they just, roll in pig's mud, which
yeah,
is
like they've
glory.
had a few bad losses this year and Rog just doesn't care. It's interesting.
Yeah, it doesn't matter for him because he's already had success. He knows they'll be there in the finals.
It'd be nice if they just sort of dropped out of finals this year.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe they will.
I don't know if I can see them dropping out of the 8, but They might be.
Well, it's just weird at the moment. The comp's so close.
Yeah. It'll be pretty close for the rest of the year
I
as
think
well.
so, because you don't really know what version of teams you're going to get either.
Yeah.
There's lots of teams who like
Different versions.
can, 1 week look elite.
Well, every
then
team's
average.
lost. So,
Yeah.
like, every team's beatable. And
Yeah.
if you're off, you're
No
off.
one look
like,
at the moment. Like no one looks unbeatable.
yeah.
Obviously, Collingwood are in form. So are the Lions, but they could still lose.
Could. So, that pretty much wraps up our trip. On the Sunday night, we whipped open the barbecue again.
Oh, lovely.
And we did like homemade burgers.
Yep,
So that was good fun. Rog and I, we co-managed the barbecue.
Yep.
And it turned out very well. Grace was saying that the burgers looked like AI burgers. They were that like out of a photo, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
They looked, taste-wise, they weren't like incredible, but they weren't bad.
Yeah, but they were. Yeah, they
It's
were
like a
just
7
normal.
out of 10.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you're happy with it, but it wasn't like the best
Didn't
thing
blow
ever.
you away.
Nah. But we thought we were the sickest, like on the barbecue, bro, whipping it up. We've
So
done-
you thought like this is gonna fucking hit?
yeah, then like we put the cheese on to melt over the top.
Yeah.
Like everything was looking good, and it still tastes like all right. But it just, I think the meats and the way that we, I don't know, it was good without being exceptional.
I know what you mean.
We
yeah.
thought it would be exceptional, but yeah. So we did that, had that. Then Rog actually had to do his prac the next morning.
So he went to bed early.
We woke up early for like sunrise, helped Grace with some photos at the beach, and then we went for like a walk, went back, packed up, left.
Yep.
And on the way back home, I remember ages ago on the podcast, I was talking about when I got Apple CarPlay for my car.
Yes.
So my Mazda 2017 does not come with CarPlay. It comes with the entertainment unit, but it's Mazda settings and stuff. So you have to go to Mazda to get it installed.
Yes, you do.
Because they have the right software and stuff to make it work. That happened just over 2 years ago. I think it was December 2022.
When you got it installed.
Yeah.
Are you happy about it too? I remember.
I was very happy because now I've got maps on my screen that actually work.
Yep.
Because their system stinks. Like just the regular Mazda system sucks so bad. Spotify's there. If a message comes up, I know what it is straight away. Like it's just a good system to have, and it makes my driving experience 40 to 50% better.
Nice.
Like it really improves it. Anyway, so I love it. And then I started having issues with it. And what I didn't do was take it back. I tried to fix it myself, buy different cords. I thought the cords might be the problem.
Yep.
So I buy different charging cords, try those. And sometimes the charging cords might work better than the other one. And then you just believe that it was the cord. So this goes on, and it just starts to get worse and worse and worse, to the point where I call up Mazda and I say to them, hey, look, this is my problem. Do you know any fixes, or should I bring it in? He was trying to push me away from bringing it in. It might be a hassle for him. They might not have
So
a
he's
fix.
trying to give every other solution. Oh, have you tried this? Have you updated
reset
it?
Yeah,
All
reset.
that bullshit.
So updating is something that I can't do, they were telling me.
Okay.
They said that's something they can only do. So
Oh, yeah.
I looked it up, and apparently
That's a flaw.
It is a flaw because, yeah. And also when I bought it, so it was about $500 and something, right? You actually can't, they don't tell you that there's going to be future software updates that cost money or anything.
Oh.
You just buy it and you think it's done outright, like it's gone. Anyway, and I thought that if I was to update it, I should be able to do it myself. Should just be.
So you have
press
to
of a
pay
button.
for these updates.
Well, so I came to discover.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a scam, isn't it?
so the guy basically tells me, all right, reset your thing. I reset it, nothing worked. So then I book it in. It was on the drive back from down south. It was so infuriating. Grace tried to play a song she likes. It cut out about 7 times in the one song.
So you're on edge. You're boiling over.
Oh, I'm freaking out. Like
Yeah.
I'm to the point where it's annoyed me so much. Like when I'm on the way to work and I lose directions and it might be really like a lot of traffic. And then I'm like, well, I'm just going to sit in the traffic and not have a different route. Like,
Yeah.
Anyway, I've had all these issues. And then I'm like, fuck it, let's just book it in. So I book it in for the day after. So Monday this week. So
Just get out the way.
yeah. Sorry, Tuesday this week, because we came back on the Monday and everything was fine and dandy this week until then. So take it in on the Tuesday, in the morning, and I stressed to them that I was working in the afternoon, and they said they'd booked me in for a morning session. Awesome.
This is the beginning of the end.
Then I rock up, and then I explain the problem. The lady goes, "That'll be $110." So instantly, I'm not rude at all. Like, I'm pretty good in these situations with still being nice, even though I'm frustrated.
Yep,
And I'm just like, "Oh, like, can you just check how much warranty I had on that?" And for some reason, on that day, she didn't check. It was just more so like, "Oh, no, I think it's out of warranty if you got it over 2 years ago."
So they're not even checking. She's just assuming.
Just assuming, yeah. Like, I didn't do a proper check. And then, so I'm a bit frustrated because that's $110 I didn't want to spend. And at the end of the day, the fault seems to be on them. I haven't done anything to disrupt or disturb it. And it's had problems since the start, really. They started off being sporadic. Like, it might not work once a week. Then as time's gone on, it's not working 40 times a day.
Yeah.
She says, "Okay, well, you can come pick it up at 4 p.m. I'm thinking, well, that's not going to work. I need to leave for work at like 12. You said it was a morning session. Or sorry, the guy on the phone said it was a morning session. And then she was like, "Nah, no chance it will be done for them because it was booked in like this." So I'm thinking, okay,
No chance. So he's lied to you.
the bloke on the phone was just incompetent the whole time.
He hates you.
Yeah, he hates me, wants me to die. Then I book it in for the next day because I'm like, well, I need to go to work today, whatever. Can you book me in for a morning session tomorrow, please?
Yep.
Still being nice. She goes, "Yeah, sure." And yeah, we can pretty much guarantee that it'll be done before 12. Okay? Next day rolls around.
So this is Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's quickly go back to Tuesday. I needed someone to pick me up because it takes a few hours to do this update. So Dad went and took me down, and then nothing happened. So obviously,
you just drove back in the car, or did you leave the car?
yeah, no,
there?
I drove back in the car, and then Dad drove back too. And he was like, "Well, I've come to pick you up, and now I'm not even picking you up.
Yeah.
I've just driven 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back for nothing."
You owe me an hour's rate, mate.
Yeah. So
Send me a 35.
So I'm on edge because I know he's not happy. I know that I'm not happy, and it's just a frustrating day. Come back the next day. In the morning, same time, just before 9 o'clock in the morning. And I drop it off, and she says, "All right, well, I'll see you at 12, and I'll call you if there's any problems." Whenever they say that, it's a mechanic thing, but there's usually not many problems. Anyway, I get a call when I'm at the gym with Grace because I'm trying to pass time, and because I'm frustrated and I'm so tense. Get me to the gym so I can get a bit out and just whatever. Got my AirPods in, get a call from a number I don't know. It's the lady from Mazda, which is fine. "Hello, we think it's the software update. The technician's going to do it now, but you're going to have to pay extra money. It's going to be $200 now because it's going to go 30 minutes overtime."
That's fucked.
In my head, I'm like, well, how is that my fucking problem?
And it's
Mind
already
you,
booked in.
From what I've heard, the update is sticking a USB in and pressing update. I don't know if they even checked if it was working or not. Anyway, so I'm fuming, but I'm just like, you know what? Just get it done, get it over with. I don't want to fight with them all day because where's it like, oh, I'm going to save a bit of money but still be angry and not even get to go to work. Anyway, get there so she said it would be an extra half an hour. So now we're looking at a 12:30 finish. I start work at 1, so it's very, very cutting it fine. It's way too tight. It gets to 12:15, I rock up. Grace has left because she's pretty confident that everything's going to be fine. I'm sitting there with a duffel bag filled with all of my stuff to take back home that night, looking like an idiot in the Mazda dealership, looking like a homeless guy.
Yep.
And then I waddle over to the checkout thing where the girl is. And I said, "Can I get an update?" She goes, "Yeah, the technician's just looking at it. It should be done soon." I'm thinking, what the fuck soon? Like, he's doing his final checks to make sure it's working. Anyway, I sit there for like another 40 minutes or something, bro. Crazy.
You're just thinking, okay.
Then I have to pay $200. Then when I get back and sit in my car, it works. And I'm thinking, all right.
It was worth it in the end.
It was worth it. The relief that came over me was awesome. It was just brilliant. And I'm thinking, all right, we're back. We're cooking now. I'm fine. I paid the money. It is what it is. Like, I had my little battle with the person there, but it's fine. Yesterday, Thursday.
Turn the car on.
Turn the car on. Pop on my favourite song. 30 seconds in, disconnects.
Oh.
There is an issue connecting with Mazda, Apple CarPlay, whatever. All right, so I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's just a one-off thing. It happened about 6 times yesterday. So we're back to square one. I'm still angry. I'm still frustrated.
$200 down.
I'm $200
It's going to
down.
go back. They're going to charge you again.
I'm not going to let them charge me again.
Have you booked in yet?
No.
No.
But basically, since coming back, Monday was all right, but it was a bit of a come down driving home.
Yeah.
And especially with the system not working, it was just infuriating. Tuesday was a bad day. Wednesday was a bad day. Thursday was a bad
That's
day.
a shocking day.
Now we're at Friday and everything's been okay so far, but I've just got it in the back of my mind that the system's not working, and that's very frustrating to me.
Yeah.
So just
Driving in silence, bro. You pop the radio on, I guess.
Well, the problem is it works for 5 minutes and I think everything's fine and dandy, and then bang.
And that's when it hits you.
It's terrible.
Yep.
Anyway, when you think that things can't get any worse, wake up this morning about 7:30, check my phone. I've got a text from Grace's mum. I stayed at Grace's last night. My car's parked out the front, and she goes, "Hey, Jamo, your car boot was open this morning, so I went out and shut it for you." So I'm thinking, that's my Mazda car boot.
They fucked with the locking system now, bro.
Why is my car boot open? I didn't go out there and grab anything. Her assumption was that, he must have gone out and grabbed something at night and accidentally
Left it open.
Yeah. I've got golf clubs and just for anyone that wants to steal my golf clubs, they are worth nothing. They are 150 for the entire set. So
Take them to cash converters, they'll say, mate.
yeah, they'll say you stupid.
They'll give you a gold coin.
And I've lost half of them at the golf course too, leaving them in bunkers and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just an idiot. Anyway, they're in they're in the boot of my car, and I've got a lot of trash in there. I use my boot as like a storage unit.
Yeah,
Not
nice.
for rubbish, just for like sporting goods, basically. It's like
Nothing wrong with
Jim
that.
Kidd in the back seat, bro. Anyway, so I go out there as soon as I wake up, like 5 minutes after I wake up, I'm like delirious, and I walk out to the car. And I know that I don't have anything of like significant worth in there, so I felt pretty comfortable. But I did leave my ID and bank card in there.
You're thinking, here we go.
So firstly, I checked the app as soon as I woke up. No money's been taken out. Firstly, I checked the boot. I'm thinking, all right, did I have anything in there? No, that's fine. Close it. Open the rest of my car. And it was unlocked. How my car unlocked? It's got automatic locking system when I walk away from the car.
They've messed up with this locking
They've
system
done something.
now, bro.
They've probably got a spare button or something.
Yeah.
Pressing. And then checked the rest of the car, and I was all paranoid and stuff. And because I thought that everything was there, but I couldn't see a footy. At first I thought it was my yellow footy, which is my pride and joy. I've had that for about 10 years and it's still kicking. It's really good. Proper like waffle burley. And then I couldn't see that, but it was there the whole time. But I was paranoid. Then I thought that I'd lost the little red footy that were kicking down south, but that's actually in my room. So it seems like my car's been broken into and nothing was stolen. Second time it's happened on that street.
Yeah, it's weird that it keeps happening.
And that car, conveniently, when I go up to it without a key, it's always locked. Like if I forget my keys and I open the door.
But when other
it would
people
never
are
open.
snooping around,
I reckon they've got like a spare key or a
Yeah.
system that works with it. Like,
maybe these people at Mazda just don't like you, bro. And they're like, fuck it. Like, we're going to fuck with this bloke.
it's so annoying, man. Anyway, it's been a bad week for me. I hope you guys are having a good one. But yeah, fingers crossed the next week goes a bit better. But I am very grateful for the weekend we had. It was a very, very good time.
Oh, it was.
Beer pong tournament. Today is Friday that we're recording. Saturday is the tournament. We have 10 people competing, 5 teams of 2. And the spinny wheel, we use it in our group a lot. We use it to decide a lot of things. There was so much excitement around the night that we decided to do it early so that we can work out, walkout song, we can work out team strategy, all that stuff. Have you had much team strategy with your teammate?
Well, he's not active in the chat, is he? So
Yes, and even
I'm
if
on
you
my
message
ones,
him,
bro.
I don't think he replied to my message from 6 months ago.
I'm on my ones. I'm expecting to just have to play a solo tournament,
Yeah.
to be honest. Or maybe get Glenn involved, like Evan's dad or whatever.
So we've got a double elimination tournament. at Evan's house, which is where these events always happen, apart from the darts one, but that's fine. But the beer pong one is very exciting. We did the spinny wheel. My name was actually first. It's funny when that happens because I do the wheel, so it looks like I've rigged it, but you can't rig the wheel. Anyway, so my name went first, and then I had any one of 9 people that were going to be on my team, and there was probably 3 or 4 that I didn't want it to be, and luckily I got one that was in that top 6 that I was happy with. I got Andrew. Nice. Andrew's a solid player. We have good energy, good banter with each other, so I'm happy with that. We've picked walkout song as well this morning, actually.
Yep.
It's quite like, I didn't expect there to be a walkout thing, but Evan said he's going to get the smoke machine up and running.
Nice.
And we're going to walk down the stairs into that room.
Yeah.
So that'll be elite. Excited for that. You drew Frank, who's the least active in the group and who doesn't show up to much.
I've never played a game of beer pong with him before as a teammate.
So it'll be interesting.
I don't know what his skill's like.
If there was a betting market, he would have been at the longest odds to win the tournament.
Oh, no doubt.
You bring those odds down by being on a team with him.
I can carry him.
Yeah.
I'm confident.
You just need him to get through the games. I think that's the main.
Yeah.
And rock up.
But in a way, if he's not there and I'm playing by myself, like I get 2 shots. Like that's an advantage too. But it's also kind of boring just to be on my ones. Like it kind of takes away from the fun.
Yeah, I think Evan did that in one of the tournaments we did, and I felt sorry for him.
Yeah.
I didn't like...
Zach was on his own on New Year's Eve, I think, too. It's not that fun when you're in a doubles solo.
I don't even like playing against a solo.
Yeah, because it's like weird energy.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It just shouldn't
hopefully
be a thing.
Frank shows up.
You need like 3 reserves, like emergencies in the footy.
Yeah.
Wait.
It's Rogues away, which is... I was genuinely
he comes next weekend.
If I was going to say, like... Surely I'll just bring Rog. He can just hang out with us in case Frank doesn't show to be my reserve.
Yeah, well, he was a reserve for the darts tournament, but Frank pulled out 30 minutes before the tournament.
No, that was insane.
That really pissed
That's
me
what I
off.
think's going to happen.
That it'll be 30 minutes before?
Yeah.
It's an early start, 4:30, but it'll be good. Very excited.
Watch Frank Crows lose. Frank pulls out. I'll just go home.
Yeah?
I'll get there at 5. I'm home at 5:30.
Make the teams even at least.
Yeah, it would.
4 teams. But yeah, double elimination tournament. That's going to be great fun. Very excited for that. We'll give you an update.
Should be a good tournament.
On
Teams
how it
are pretty
goes.
even.
Yeah. And I'd say Dill Buckley and Jared Moore would probably be like in the top 2 favourites.
Yeah.
But Jared Moore has a
finger injury on the shooting hand.
Yeah, I think it is pinky. It's one of these 2 fingers.
See, that throws the balance off a little bit.
A little bit, but his main fingers are there. Because he said he can play PlayStation, but his finger just sticks out.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that'll be good fun. We'll give you guys an update on that. Couple of quick things before we get into the main part. Gorilla question. So this has been everywhere the last couple of days. 1 gorilla versus 100 men. Who are you taking?
It depends on the 100 men.
Yeah?
Like, surely 100 is a lot. Now, gorilla's got mad strength, so the first few swings could take quite a lot out.
Yeah.
But once you start crowding it, could they defeat it? Like, you put in, is it just 100 randoms? If it's like 100 fighters, I think they can win.
What if it's 100 20 to 40-year-old men? Like, and they're just handpicked from...
I'm trying to think how you'd win. Start eye gouging, maybe.
Well, yeah, the hardest
gorillas
thing...
get tired. I've never really seen them fight humans before. They've got crazy strength.
They have...
I can see it.
They have incredibly thick skin that you can't pierce.
Yeah.
And there's no weapons that we have. Their face is hard. Like, so even trying to eye gouge, they'll probably just bite your hand
They
off.
can bite.
But yeah, they could... Apparently they can throw things, so they can throw people.
That makes sense.
Like, and like what you
maybe
said,
a gorilla,
So
but it just depends on the 100. I think like, because some men are gorillas.
How do you get?
Do you know what I mean? There's 7-foot men who are like, they're not human.
Yeah.
So maybe 100 of them could fuck it up.
How do you kill a gorilla?
I don't know.
I don't know how to actually murder it when you don't have weapons.
Yeah.
It would just have to be 100 hits to the head at a time.
Yeah.
But you have to
for
get
an
it.
hour.
You have to, but I think it's just incredibly strong.
Oh, I'd have crazy strength.
I'm still going gorilla, but then I made this one up just before we started, and I don't know how we'd kill them either. But 4 lions, 200 men.
I feel like I'd take 200 men.
Okay, what about?
Because I think lions have are more like their skin and stuff, you can really get them. You
Yeah,
know, they don't
yeah.
have rock hard skin. I know they're fierce animals, but I do think you could overwhelm them with volume. A lion.
4 lions, 100 men. Now
It's
we're
a bit
looking.
closer.
Now it's more even.
Yeah.
4 because lions are.
But I don't know if they're necessarily capable. Whereas, see, a gorilla can take on a few at once. I'm confident of that.
Yeah.
I don't know if a lion really could. Because say you sacrifice 1 or 2, the lion's gnawing on them.
Yeah.
You go in behind. Imagine just laying in. Bang, bang, head kick. Like, John Jones could head kick a lion and knock it out clean, I reckon, for sure, bro.
I think their heads weigh like 50 kilos.
I reckon.
I don't know.
I reckon he could.
I don't know. I don't think lions.
I think 200 men beat 4 lions.
Yeah,
I really
agree.
do.
I
I'd punt on that. 100, it's close.
punt on that.
I don't know. It's tough.
Lions aren't like people say that tigers are more dangerous.
Yeah.
like tigers are
Oh,
faster.
a lion's not going to be an easy thing to beat.
Yeah.
But I swear I've seen lions get fucked up in nature shows.
Yeah.
In like 1v1s, bro. See, I've never seen really a gorilla do anything aggressive. But I've seen them at zoos, like and they are just an imposing figure.
Yeah,
Like they look just like they could snap at any moment and just destroy everyone.
all right. So they're just way stronger.
They're
than
way
us,
stronger.
like doubled strength and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one.
It's really like I would really love to see it put to the test.
yeah, I think
I'd pay $100 pay per view to watch that shit, bro.
the gorilla one.
Yeah, 100 men.
And yeah, is it just 100 athletic men? If it's
It's gotta
100
be
UFC
random.
fighters, it's
I'd take them.
yeah.
Maybe. But 100 like bantamweights
You
are
can't.
getting
I
fucked
don't
up.
think you can.
It's 100
submit
randoms, right?
Or I don't even know if you can break bones of the gorilla. It's that strong.
Hmm.
So like, I'm just trying to think the way that you kill them.
I would assume you just attack the eyes and at least blind it,
Yeah,
rip them eyeballs out.
I'm still gonna take gorilla. I'll take gorilla. Tip of the week. I just wanted to do this quickly. This is just a little tip to people who might not have one, but just have a barber that knows how to cut hair, or
Okay.
like have a hairdresser if you're a girl that
Yeah,
knows
yeah.
how to do your hair, barber or hairdresser. Because for many years, from like when I was born until like 19 even,
Yep.
you saw how my hair got when I was like 18. That was
Oh, yeah.
crazy, bro. It was getting like an afro
Yep.
out like this, because I didn't value a barber or anything, because I was just seeing Indian blokes down the road, excellent haircut, $10
Yep.
because it's cheap,
And
and
it just gets it done.
mum and dad were like, that's all you need. And then I met Ubai, who does my hair now. He's been doing it for 3 years or something, and yeah, it's not incredible right now. I haven't seen him for a month, but the power of a haircut, the confidence you can feel after one, it's worth its weight in gold. It's actually worth the money. Like after a haircut, you feel good, you look good, perform better, everything's better. So if you are seeing just a shitty hair, like you can actually change your whole look and confidence
Everything,
and
yeah.
vibe, and you even
With a
see
new
it,
trim.
Beauty and the Geek and stuff. Like
Yeah.
those guys get a new trim, a little beard up, and they're good. So
You
yeah,
win, bro.
that's tip of the week. Tip of the week: get a barber that knows what they're doing, and stick to them if you like them, or just keep testing the waters until you find something you like. So that's my tip. Voice message: can you get JB's up?
Oh, what a man he is.
We hope you're enjoying the Jamo and Dylan show. It's now time to have your stories heard and your questions answered. To be featured on the potty, message the boys at Jamo and Dylan on Instagram.
JB time. Let's go.
G'day boys, quick question for the potty. Do you guys reckon it's weird if you date someone with the same name as your sister or your mum? Not coming from experience, but I'm just curious what you guys think. Like, if they're the perfect girl, but they have the same name as your sister or your mum, are they dateable?
Yes.
Yes.
If they're the perfect girl,
It is what it is. Like it's obviously it's more of like a weird coincidence. I
Yeah.
don't think there's any like sort of creepy weirdness about it at all.
No, it's
No.
just if you hear the name, it would be like, oh, is it you or you? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think it is the.
I think the novelty would wear off after like
a week,
yeah, it's nothing in the
No.
end. Yeah.
and you would probably have a nickname or something that's different
Yeah,
anyway.
exactly.
You'd create that quite early. So I think
It would only be like, it'd be interesting at first and then it would just be nothing.
yeah, it's not a deal breaker whatsoever.
Yeah.
And especially if they're the perfect
I've already
girl,
forgot
it's
about
fine.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine. So yeah, after a week.
But I
you'd
can
just
see
be
how
like,
some people maybe would be uncomfortable with it. But it's
Yeah,
like,
but
well,
get over it.
grow up. It's like, oh, well,
We're all
they
adults.
have the same hair color. They can't date.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
We're all adults here. Confessions. So these are the stories, and let's get into them. We'll fly through them today.
We've got some good ones.
Let's do it.
It's now time to dive into your deepest and darkest confessions. Let's hear what the people have to get off their chest.
Alrighty, first one. I'll roll into this one. You can do the next. So me and my 5 friends went on holiday to Greece. Also, this is a famous TikToker. Famous TikTok
alright.
superstar. We won't drop the name though. So me and my 5 friends went on holiday to Greece. Everyone in the group was cuffed except me. But Greg, one of my boys, came solo because his girl couldn't make it.
Gregor.
I'd just come out of a 3-year relationship, and since we were heading to a party island, I was on pure demon time. I needed fun, freedom, and beautiful women.
It's like a video game, bro. It sounds like the start of GTA or some shit.
One night it was just me and Greg out. The others were being boring and staying in. We hit this wild club and ended up talking to 2 German girls. Greg plays perfect wingman, keeping her friend entertained while I focus on mine. We're dancing on these stripper poles and I start making out with the girl. I look over and no word of a lie, Greg is also kissing the other one. He's supposed to be proposing when he gets back. Ring bought, plans made. That moment's been living rent-free in my head for a year. I haven't told a soul until now. Anyway, they're engaged now. So man's
Did
cheated
he make
on
up the
trip.
names?
I hope so.
Imagine if poor girl see that. She goes, Greg, you went to fucking Greece last year, Greg.
Your friend's a TikToker. Should I take that bit out? Nah, well, there's no name.
You said Akmal was on the stripper pole. I don't. It looked like his name was Akmal. I know
Nah,
it's not, but
This could be anyone.
all right. Well, I mean, that's crazy. Good story. All right, we've got one here from a friend of the show and a real life friend.
Yes.
Yes. Hey lads, holiday story for you. A few years ago during COVID, me and some friends I met while working at a ski season over east were traveling along the east coast.
At a ski what?
Ski season over
Okay,
east.
yeah, makes sense.
While stopping in Coffs Harbour, we stayed in an Airbnb. This house was a normal sized house, but it was split in half for some other randoms to stay in one half while we were in the other. We shared a backyard with them, so got to know them a little. They were there for work and got picked up by their boss each morning. They were pretty scary and sketchy looking. One of them also mentioned he could total one of our cars for us if we wanted to claim some insurance on it, which was a bit strange, but they came across as pretty friendly blokes. On about the 4th night, one of the neighbours from the other half of the house asked one of the girls if she could drive them to Coles to grab some dinner. She accepted. Took them to Coles and back. They gave her $50 for her troubles and also gave us all heaps of the food they bought. So we're thinking, what a win, these guys are all right. The following morning, they asked if they could borrow one of our cars for the day to use for work and return in the evening. He said yes, as we had 2 other cars we could use. They exchanged numbers to keep in contact. The next day comes along. No car has been returned, but we thought maybe he's just running late. Sent a few texts for an update and thought we'll see what happens. Later in the afternoon, the owner of the car checks his phone to see tolls from Sydney, 4-hour drive from Coffs Harbour, being charged on his phone for his car. This is when we knew for sure they'd stole the car. The owner contacts police, and the police say that because the owner handed the keys over to them, it's a complicated issue and they couldn't seize the car. So we had to travel all the way to Noosa, crossing COVID borders illegally with a hire car.
They just
And then this is some things of the text. So this is a text to the guy. Insert name. I really need my car back. I'm only 19 and can't afford to buy a new car. Just tell me where I can find it. I'll pick it up. Insert name. You have stolen my car. I need you to bring it back now. Sorry, bro. I haven't had a phone. I took it to Sydney to get money. When I got to Sydney, I bumped into this guy I owed money, and I did a runner, and I think he's got your car. I'll try to find it, bro. Give me 24.
That's crazy. So he stole the
Crazy.
car, then it got stolen from him.
Yeah, but
I
because
reckon he handed it over.
because you hand the keys over, apparently that complicates
Yeah,
things.
but I reckon that the bloke who stole it gave it to someone to pay him back for something instead of cash.
He's gone, mate. I've got a fucking new car for you here. Like, let's
Yeah.
go.
All right, on to the next. Hey boys, got a crazy travel story for you. Last year I flew from Brisbane to London for holiday. I was in the airport at Gatwick when I ran into my old primary school friend that I haven't seen in 10
Oh,
years.
Gaddy, I've been there.
We both couldn't believe we saw each other. Fast forward 1 week, we saw each other again at Stonehenge.
That's weird.
And to put the cherry on top, saw each other again on the flight from Gatwick to Dubai and Dubai to Brisbane. I still can't get my head around the fact we hadn't seen each other for 10 years and we live not far from each other, but when we go to the other side of the world, we ran into each other 3 times.
That's cool.
Keep up the awesome work, guys. Love listening to you guys on the job site.
I like stuff like that.
Great coincidences, for sure.
Classic MAGA trip with the boys.
Oh, this guy's from England.
Who'd have thought the fellas spending their afternoons fake drowning in the pool would get some action?
Oh,
I reckon
come
it was
on.
day 2. We're out on the strip and our kid is necking on with his bird for half night. Lado disappears for a good hour.
Lado.
Spawns back into Tiger with mud all up his back and crack. Reckon he'd been shagging this girl in the bushes. I believe him by the state of his crack on show. She stood there with him both happy as Larry. Lado cleans himself up a bit and heads into bar to get a drink. Can't have been more than 5 minutes and this bird he's just shagged in bushes is necking on with another lad from our group.
Ladder.
That's the easiest yellow card given. Old mate comes back fresh, drink in hand to have his heart broken at such a sight. Second yellow, straight red, 5-match ban. Let me know your verdict on this. Night gets messy, the group splits up, and the following morning we gather on the balcony for the debrief. Turns out our boy Franco has also got some success with the same bird. Absolutely criminal from him.
Same bird too.
Wow.
Same
What a
girl.
story. Lado. I like that. I like that a lot.
Keep it anonymous. No worries. When I was at schoolies in 2022, had some guy come over that I met at the club for a sneaky link. Was supposed to be a high and buy situation. Decided to leave but come back the next morning to eat the cheese board with all the girls, sat and watched the cricket in our hotel for the next 3 hours. All the girls hinted at him to leave, but he bought a case of VB and didn't leave till he finished. Girls also sat in the room with a JBL blasting bassline junkie to drown out the sound.
Mm-hmm.
The speaker went flat. Big L for every woman that night. It wasn't written very well.
Nah, neither was this one, so I've skipped the next one. Went to the US with my late, great best mate. R.I.P. We were toward the end of our trip and starting to get on each other's nerves a bit. We went to the national championship for college football when we picked a team each.
Okay.
My team won, but my mate wasn't happy with it and after the game gave me a push. I swung at him and he ducked, walked me down the stairs in a headlock and I tripped and landed on my face and had a black eye and we had to get broken up by the security in front of a packed Levi's stadium. Laughed it off the next day as if nothing happened.
But how does it escalate to that when
With
you don't
teams
even
you don't-
support the team?
That's crazy, bro.
Just relax, man. I read this one.
Clemson suck, bro.
Clemson. This is one that I actually read last night. It's actually really sad,
Oh, okay.
but
Taking a
funny.
turn.
It's funny as well.
Okay, good.
Alright. My parents told me halfway to Dubai that they were getting a divorce.
Ooh, it's a long flight.
We were going to Europe for one last family holiday. Imagine that.
Tell them after, at
You're
least.
on the way. You haven't even got to Europe yet. You're in Dubai.
Yep.
You're on the way to Dubai, actually. Hey, man, we're going to get a divorce, but
And this is it.
we're going to have a good trip.
This is the last time your family's going to be happy together, son.
He goes, I managed to book a return ticket whilst we were in the air. Landed in Dubai, got a flight straight back to Australia. They continued on with my sister and had a lovely time for 8 weeks before coming home and separating. Fuck that, he says. So he didn't want to be involved, but he just missed out on an 8-week Europe trip.
Yep.
So who's the real winner?
Well, I mean, it's a nice way for them to tell you, I guess. But
Yeah.
it's also a bit of a, you know?
Yeah. Last one of the week.
Yeah, last one.
All right.
My friend on a stag do in Benidorm was boasting he shagged the night before. Once he described the lady in question, my other friend brought up a picture from Facebook showing in fact it was a bloke he shagged and he was known to the area.
Oh.
He walked around in a wig and would touch people up and rob them.
Oh,
My friend has fuck all to rob.
that's a good
Elite.
story. I like that. So it's actually just a bloke,
Just a bloke.
and he just thought that it was a chick.
Hey, it happens.
Yeah, but what did he?
Sometimes twice in one night, eh?
Oh God,
Good story.
great stories. Thanks for sending those in,
That's
guys.
good. That's a good episode.
Great episode. Enjoyed it very much. If you enjoyed it, leave a comment, leave a 5-star rating, give us your thoughts, and we'll see you next week. Much love, everyone. See ya.